I don't know any contractors using
I'll
it.
tell you, this. So this, I mean, talking to John hates Angie. A lot of people hate Angie.
They
And
call me
like,
like every day.
yeah, they're super, their sales strategies are not, is not good. But I will say this, we have had a number over the last 3 years, a number of companies that we do have an Angie integration for ProLine because we started selling companies that did use Angie. And so we have a number of companies over the years that have used Angi and have integrated ProLine with it to immediately text and call incoming leads from Angi. And over again, it was like the same story. They'd get out of every 10 leads from Angi, they would like 7 to 9 of them would ghost, and 1 to 3 would, we'll just say like 2 out of every 10 actually answered. And that's super frustrating to most contractors. And they're like, oh, it's a scam. Like none of the leads are good. But then we would have people come on board with ProLine, integrate it with Angi, and then immediate, like within seconds, an email and text are going to every single lead from Angi, and those would flip. And they'd get responses from 8 out of 10 of the 10 leads coming from Angi and only get ghosted by 2. And it's like a shocking difference. And the difference really is like it is seconds. And in it, because it's seconds after that lead comes through Angi, there's a number of contractors that are calling that lead. They're calling, they're texting, they're emailing within seconds. But most of them are still doing it manually. They have somebody in the office that's trying to manually hit that as quickly as possible. So, but you can't beat an automation that can do it in literally a second and a half. Like a second and a half later, sending a text, sending an email with ProLine, unless there's somebody else using ProLine that's also in your market that's connected to Angi, then you are likely the first person to contact that lead by a good margin. By a good margin, it might be 5 seconds, 10 seconds, but that matters when that person is probably just going to engage with the first company that reaches out to them. So I will say that I'm not necessarily like promoting or defending Angi and their practices, but that's just what I've seen from my side of the table on the
So,
tech side.
and I want to follow up on that because I do want to clear up something. I don't use it. The network of people I know don't use it. And I don't know Dimitri. I'm as you know, I do no social media. I have no social media. None of this stuff is relatable to me. Um, the whole directory thing, I've only heard bits and pieces about it. I know almost zero about it. I hope it's an Angie that is good for contractors. That's what I hope. I just don't know if that's what it is or not. To me, those money back guarantees and things like that, I mean, that all sounds great, but I mean, I know what it takes to run a business. You can't just give money back to everybody that's unhappy. Like on my end, I do because I don't. I mean, we'll kill ourselves to satisfy a customer. But I'm saying when you're an online platform and every Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes in with a complaint, you can't just hand them up to $20,000. Like there's going to be a significant amount of hoops to jump through, and everybody knows when they sign up to that, their chances of ever recouping that 20 grand. I mean, they basically have to get stolen from to for that to probably ever hold any weight. And fair enough. At least they're doing that, right? Because I mean, there are contractors that are freaking thieves. So at least they're doing that, I guess. But I just don't think. I'll tell you what I believe. This week we started canvassing. You know what we've done? We've kicked freaking ass this week. We're out knocking doors. We've never done it before. It's working. We're putting door hangers out. We're eating lunch in town, getting our coffee at the coffee shop in town, making sure that our wrap trucks are in parking lots in town. We've had more leads this week because we literally just said, screw it. We're going to do this with purpose. We are going to shove ourselves in people's faces. We have had more leads in the last 3 days than we've had in any week this year. I think that's the key right now. I don't think it's how many certifications or how many awards or any of that. I think it's go get in front of people.
Yeah, find a way and get to get in front of people.